Hi, I'm Luke Charles, quarterback of the UNCP football team, and you're watching the Black and Gold Report on WFXB.
Good afternoon, Braves fans, and welcome to this week's edition of the Black and Gold Report, a program all about UNC Pembroke athletics. I'm Kevin Freeman, and on the show this week, we're going to talk a little Lady Braves soccer with head women's soccer coach Lars Anderson. But first, as always, we're joined by head coach Pete Shinnick to talk a little gridiron. How are things going, Coach? Good. Team's 5-1 now. I know you got to be pretty happy with that. This last week, they had a very hard-fought 20-10 win over a pretty pesky Tusculum team. As we always do, Coach, give us your overall impression of this game.
Well, as you say, Tusculum, they can do things both on the offensive side and defensive side of the ball to create issues. And when you throw the ball as much as they do, you kind of hold your breath a little bit. But our defense did a great job. Liked how our offense was able to respond, getting Luke back. I think we did some good things, and we're able to continue this going. Our team always seems to find a way to come out at the end, and we were able to do that, and that puts us, like you said, at 5-1.
And despite the 60 passes that their quarterback threw, despite the fact they've had a pretty strong offense this year, Tusculum, you held the Pioneers scoreless in the second half, and you never gave up that big play. We were talking off camera. I think the largest play that Tusculum got from scrimmage the entire game was 17 yards. You got to be pretty happy with that.
Oh, extremely pleased. Our defense did a great job in the second half. Pitched a shutout in the second half, and like you say, he threw it 60-plus times. Shane Richardson and his staff just had a great game plan. Really credit our players with stepping up and executing at a very high level for pretty much most of the game.
All right, Coach, well, we got some clips. Let's take a look and tell us what we're about to see here with Tusculum.
Okay. First is going to be Luke Charles connecting with Ben DeSell. Our opening touchdown drive, they blow a coverage. Ben's wide open, and Luke gets it to him. Ben now has the longest touchdown on our team for the year at, I think that was a 60-yarder right there. Next, you're going to see Rakeem Overby do a great job fielding a ball off of a bounce. We get a little pressure on the punter right there. The guy kicks his career best punt. And we're looking kind of dead in the water right there, but Rakeem gets it, gets a nice block by Brandon Jimenez, makes a guy miss, gets the ball back to the 50-yard line. So great job by Rakeem right there. This is a great check right here by Luke. We had a run called, and he checked it into a pass, and T-Vel comes and ties the school record for most career touchdowns. So really excited about how that play turned out. Now we've got a 3rd and 3 situation. Ball tips up, ball bounces, and Devontae Bush, just being Mr. Everything and all over the field on Saturday, comes up with an interception. Not many guys can get an interception, get a sack, get a tackle for loss, but Devontae made that happen. Here's another 3rd down, putting great pressure on him. Here's Devontae getting a sack, and Devontae really had a great game. And then this is something that we really have worked on, prided ourselves this year defensively, and that's coming up with 4th down stops. And that was a 4th and 1 where our defense came up huge, gave the ball back to the offense.
Coach, I got to ask you this. 2 weeks in a row, opposing quarterbacks have been able to take advantage of short routes, wide receiver screens, little tosses over the middle. Why does your defense appear to be relatively vulnerable to the short passing game? And is this a bad thing necessarily? How do you adjust?
Yeah, I don't think it's a bad thing. I mean, the passing game has really evolved, and that's kind of like a toss sweep. That's kind of like, a pitch play back in the, olden times, so to speak. And what we've said is we're not going to allow anything to get behind us, but we are going to give up some things and break on the ball. And our defense really philosophically wants to keep everything in front of them, wants to make sure that they have an opportunity to break on each play. And although, we gave up probably 15, 20, 3-4 yard gains right there. Like you said, the longest play that we did give up was 17 yards. So for a team to throw it 60-plus times, 17 yards is their longest gain. It's not necessarily a bad thing that we're giving up the little ones and the short ones.
So this is that definitive bend but not break defense, contain, keep people in front of you, and it works, obviously. It's worked. I mean, a lot of completions the last 2 weeks, but 2 victories for the Braves for sure. You held Tusculum to 9 for 29 on 3rd and 4th down. Also another big factor, I think. 2 for 8 on 4th down conversions. Was this one of the keys to victory, you think?
Oh, most definitely. It really is, and it's one of the things our defense has really gotten better at. I know last year, we struggled on 3rd and 4th down, and defenses were converting at a very high rate. This year, it's something that our defensive staff really has put a lot of time into, really taken a lot of effort on practice days to make sure that they were getting done what they needed to. And to hold a team like Tusculum that really can go to 5 different guys anytime they line up, to hold them to less than 30% conversion on 3rd and 4th down was a great victory for us.
Why did they go for it so many times on 4th down? 8 is a number that you don't hear very much in a game.
A little bit had to do with field position, and then I think they knew their opportunities were going to be limited. And once we got the lead, they were fighting to try to get the lead back. So, you get a team down, and they're looking for any way they can to get points on the board.
They seem to be in a lot of positions where it was too long for a field goal, but too close to the end zone to actually punt it. So going for it was I guess, the safe route for them to take. We've got about a minute left or so, Coach. One more question before our break. They also had a number of short kickoffs, Tusculum did. They kicked it, and a lot of the up men picked up that kickoff. Was this respect for your deep backs, the threat that they pose, or something else, do you think?
Well, I think it was both. I think it was 2 things. Respect for our kickoff return, because both our returners, T-Vel's done a good job, Mike Isabel's done a good job. Also, the strength of the leg of their kicker is not great. And so I don't think he wanted to do anything where the ball would not be in the air very long and give our returners a chance to get a return.
All right, Coach, we're going to take our first break. When we come back, we're going to talk a little bit more to Coach Shinnick about the upcoming game against Charleston.
I thought it was my lungs.
I was having shortness of breath.
I had a great team of doctors.
Dr. Lowry, wonderful doctor. The only one, really, who has ever had my heart in his hand.
I don't think you got any better treatment in Duke than you got him.
I felt very safe.
I mean, I feel good. Got energy.
I go to the mall and walk 2 miles.
I come out victorious.
I love Southeastern, and of course, if it has something to do with their heart, this is where you get it.
This October, the UNCP Braves Club is partnering with the Ruby Tuesday Give Back program. Supporting our Brave student athletes is as easy as print, dine, give. Just print the event flyer from uncpbraves.com, bring the flyer, and dine at one of 8 locations on any of 7 different days. Present the flyer to your server, and 20% of your bill will be donated to the Braves Club General Scholarship Fund. Event flyer locations and dates available on the Braves Club page at uncpbraves.com.